Assalamu alaikum. Hey guys, this is Abdul Shahid from Islamic Life Mastery, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about the one thing that could possibly give you the best year of your life. You're probably wondering, why is this guy always sitting in his car when he's doing these videos? And I'll tell you why. Because I've been wanting to do these videos for ages, and I keep thinking about it, but I keep putting it off because I can't find the right time. And you know what I thought to myself? I thought, you know what? I'm always on the go, going from one place to the next, doing the different things I've got to do. And why don't I just shoot it on the go? Why don't I just do it? And the passing thought, or those thoughts that I want to share with you, why don't I just share that with you when in between my trips? So anyway, like I had a thought. You know, I'm the sort of guy that likes to focus in on one thing at a time. In fact, I almost like to put myself in a situation where I immerse myself in it, and I like that kind of learning, an immersion style learning. So when I studied Arabic language, I immersed myself in it. I did nothing but that. In fact, I almost killed myself doing that, to the point of exhaustion. And then when, by the grace of Allah, the doors of Al-Azhar in Egypt opened to me, again I did the same thing. I immersed myself in it. And just about in everything I do, I've realized that in my life, everything I do, I end up immersing myself in it and really trying to get like 100% out of it. And I think that comes from my innate characteristic of being a perfectionist. I like to do things like I'm like all in or all out. And I'm never all out. So like when I decide I'm going to do something, it's like I have to be all in and get it 100%. And I've learned over the years that doesn't always work, and it didn't work for me, and it didn't always work for me because it creates this anxiety that you got to get everything perfect. But I've learned not to do that. Like for me now, like in fact, I'm diverting here. Like what the message I want to give you today is simple. Like, are you focused on one thing, or are you focused on 10 things? Like, do you have on your to-do list like one super important thing that you want to do in your day, or do you have 10 things and you spread your focus over all 10? Because from my experiences, and you know, this is a generalization based on my experience and you know, like my research of successful people of the past and present, Muslim and non-Muslim alike, like they are people who focus on one thing. So my question to you is, how many things are you focused on today? Are you focused on like 10 different things? Because if you are, the likelihood is that your energies will be spread thin, to say the least. And for you to actually do really, really well at one of those things is less likely. But if you have, you know, like the truth is, if you're always saying to yourself, I don't have time, then like I say to you that you don't have a priority. Like you haven't, and I don't say priorities, like I say a priority. Like if you have one priority that you've given yourself, like that is the most important thing in your day, then the likelihood of you doing that well is very high. So, you know, you can take that from a micro, talking about the one day, to a macro, talking about 1 year or 10 years, or whatever you want to, like, however you want to look at it. But the thing is, if you really want a success in anything, like, you got to focus on it. Like, you don't have to immerse yourself like 100%, like all in or all out, like, you know, like what I do. But the fact is, if you focus in on one thing, you're going to do it really well. If you don't focus in on that one thing, then the likelihood that you're actually going to do really, really well at that one thing and be able to take it to a different level where you're achieving the kind of success that you want is slim. So like I don't want to keep ranting on, but like, look, think about the Islamic scholarship of the past. Like when you think about like the various scholars of this ummah, like you find that they were known for one thing. Like, sure, they may have understood like the many different Islamic sciences, but they were known for one thing. And you name it, like the four imams of the four imams of the four madhahib, like Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu, like he's known for his fiqh. Like, does that mean negate the fact that he knew hadith? And does that negate the fact that he had knowledge in the other fields? Does that negate his knowledge of the Arabic language? You know, when you look at like Imam Bukhari radiallahu anhu, like when you think about Imam Bukhari, what do you think? You think about his collection of hadith, the Sahih. So the thing is, look, the focus is that he focused in on one thing. In fact, maybe that became the focus of his life, and that's what you and I enjoy the most, but it's not the only thing that he did. And with every person, like, look at the people of the present. When you want to learn from people who you see as role models, like, you don't learn from them in every aspect of their life. You learn from them in that one aspect, the aspect that you've come to know them for. So, like, they've become known for the one thing. So what's your one thing today? What's your one thing this week and this month? What's the one thing that you want to get right this year, that such that if you did that one thing and nothing else, then you would feel like you had an amazing year? What's that one thing? So inshallah ta'ala, I'll leave you with that. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.